sports, it looks like we got a mogul on our hands, folks. Like a real life mogul right before our eyes. So, as many of you all know, the Colorado Buffaloes started their spring break, so they're going to be off for a week. I didn't think anything of it, but looked on IG and I saw Sheduer. Was going to Knoxville. I didn't think anything of it, but when I just saw it, he was in Knoxville for a Brady brand event where he was at a Dick's Sporting Goods and they did like a whole interview with him, and he was able to basically do a camp there with kids of all ages. And I thought, man, that is so dope. He's just not the typical just college athlete. And then it always just clicks to me. Coach Prime always calls him, his family calls him grown. This man is beyond his years, and I decided to take some time to break down what he's actually doing. And he's building a brand, and a big major brand that's already $1 million, a multi-million dollar brand. And I'm gonna go through it in a little bit just to give you a preview, a snapshot of what I'm talking about. There's only a handful of websites that cover NILs and NIL valuations, and one of them is On Three. On Three has Shedeur making $1.5 million off the field while he's in college. The man getting paid like a NFL third string backup quarterback, and that's not including what he has going on, which made me think, which makes this video of why I think he's a mogul. But I'll go through his NIL deals, but I'm gonna leave that information for a little bit at the end. But as you all can see, this man is doing his thing. He's a Power Five quarterback who has a very high profile, and he's leveraging it to his advantage. And he's giving a master class. He has his dad and Coach Prime, who is like a master marketer. What's just bar none. And then one of his role models that he really looked up to was Dolph, which we have a big connection with. I'm a big Young Dolph fan, and he is not taking what he hears every day from Coach Prime all of his life, being a master marketer and getting himself out there, to being a businessman and to be leveraging the things you got going on like Young Dolph did. It's just really amazing. So let's just break it down. This man starts with all of his brand deals. So he's one of the most decorated brand deal quarterbacks that you'll see. He has deals with Mercedes Benz, Gatorade, Beats by Dre. I talked about the Brady brand, Actively Black, Okios, the yogurt, and it just makes you think, well, shit, this might not only be the Coach Prime effect, it might be the Shedeur Sanders effect. So this is all stuff before he started playing. So I won't go into the interview he did that he posted, that the Brady brand posted of him during his spring break going out to Tennessee. And actually speaking, was the interview essentially asked him, bruh, how do you manage? Talk to the quarterbacks out there, talk to the college football players out there. How do you manage all of those brands and NILs? And what he said was so impactful to me because he just said you got to keep the main thing, which is, I get it, it's cliche, but it's real. He was saying to them to leverage social media once you perfect your craft. Once you get to a point where you're marketable, you can play, you can not only get scouts' attention, you get brands' attention, and then you have to make sure you stay clean off the field. And that's what he was just talking about, staying out of trouble, making sure brands want to associate with you. And once you do that, you just have them add on and don't do any kind of deal that's crazy. And again, they went through his different deals, and the most impactful stuff to him was the barbecue sauce, and that's where I was talking about him actually building stuff that's actually for him, not a part of no other brand, not a part of no other NIL that he got going on. And I get he may have a partner with the barbecue sauce, but his barbecue sauce is him. He's on it. He's getting a lot of that lion share of that particular product. You go on a website and go get it. It's not a part of Beats. It's not a part of Gatorade. It's not a part of something he signed with. This is his actual product that he's putting out. Now I'll go to his clothing label that he's got, Legendary. You can see right here on the screen. I mean, he's put a lot of work into it, and shooting commercials, getting social media buzz, and having links to it, sending people to his website. You see here, I went to his website. My man got 10% off for new people. I mean, go check his website out. It's just inspiring and admirable for a person that age to be thinking ahead. Not only he's got his head on straight, knowing I got to put the work in, I got to be the best quarterback that I could be. But while I'm here, let me make sure I get all the money that's on the table that is there for him. Okay, and he's I'm not saying he's entitled to it, but he's earned that right to go get that money and to get consumers to buy into what he's got going on. So I absolutely love what he's doing. And then of course he got his own YouTube channel, which I'm sure his family is has his their hands in to make sure he puts out the best visual content. So all in all, when I went through it, I know they have him at 1.5 million off the field. I really think it's higher than that. I think that's a conservative estimate. You add in all the I get some of the deals may actually be products. Like you may get a Benz and it may not be too much money on the back end. Or you might get some clothes and it might not be so much money on the back end. But he appeared in major commercials with Okios who, had this big Sanders family push before the Super Bowl, and you add in his Instagram account, which has over 1 million followers, you add in, like I said, his YouTube channel, where he's getting hundreds of thousands of views every time he posts, and he's already posted a few times this month, so that'll be a nice check. And now you have his, the barbecue sauce, like I said, and legendary clothing label. Everything I told you all, that's his money coming to him almost 100%. It's completely independent. That's everything Dolph talked about. And now he's leveraging that. And one of the reasons why I wanted to make this video, I was watching Coach Prime talk, and he was talking about his son. He's talking about grown. He's talking about Shedeur. And they just asked him, how to get his kids all to come to Colorado. It's essentially, he gave us a snapshot on what it took. It was the best position not only for him but for his children. So he had that business conversation with his kids. Shedeur has taken his profile from where he was in Dallas. He could have went to a D1 program, decided to, change to pivot, go to Jackson State University, perform well. That's the big thing. He had performed well, put the film on, perform well, won all these awards that kept the main thing, and then the brands came. He leveraged that. Now, him, his dad, his brothers and his sisters all got together and said, you know what, this Power Five is going to be the best opportunity for us. Now all of a sudden he's on a profile in one of the best, most competitive conferences, the Pac-12, where he's going to be going against the Heisman winner in a minute. He's going to go against the vaunted Utah defense in just 1 minute, like in this season. I mean, you going against the UCLA's of the world. You going against TCU, who was in the national championship game this past just a few months ago. That's an incredible stage for him to do well and then go to the next level. You don't think brands already aren't watching him, especially if he performs well the way he's been doing all of his life, if he's a winner and then he gets drafted in the first round, they're already going to have the pathways open. He's just going to go from 1.5 and going to keep going up. And he's already got that business mind, that business savvy going forward. I just want to make sure the brother's taking care of his money. He looks like he is. He's doing the right thing by it, doing having products out, having commercials with his clothing label, and wanting to grow that. I hope he's going into assets such as stocks, real estate, having people manage, that real estate function, but making sure he's financially literate, because that's a lot for a young man that's 21, 22 years old to be the quarterback of a Power Five conference team that is a high profile. Everything, money's pouring in from everywhere, and he may not be financially literate. I'm sure he is, or I'm sure he's been talked to, but that's going to be a lifelong kind of journey. He's going to have to learn how to manage that each and every step of the way. So I hope he talks about that soon, but I have a feeling that I have high hopes for the brother, want him to do well, and I just admire everything that is going on. Okay, so just to recap, the Shedeur Sanders effect. My man has gotten all these endorsement NIL deals from Benz, Gatorade to Beats, the Brady brand, um, Actively Black, and now he got his own independent stuff where he's growing stuff that money coming 100% or mostly to him, whether it's his barbecue sauce, whether it's his legendary clothing, whether it's his YouTube channel, whether it's his IG that's monetized. All of that comes together, and now he's on this big platform where he's a NCAA quarterback, and he plays for Coach Prime, which happens to be his dad, who's a master marketer. I mean, this guy is in the prime position to be a mogul. He's young and he has the leverage to go into so many different avenues, and he has the business sense and the mind sense to keep the main thing the main thing. He knows he does well. He knows he can do so much more off the field. And if he keeps this up, he'll keep making more money off the field than he is on the field. Much love, blessings to the brother. I love that he has the influences that he's doesn't mind showing and telling everybody. If please, if you all like this video, please make sure you remember to like and subscribe and tell your mama that I came through and gave y'all great content. Really appreciate y'all. Heritage Sports.